In the red corner, we have Annie. They say they like to read manga, but they don't read much, and they only watch animes when I tell them to watch. But if you ask them 10 years later, they will remember everything that they saw. Annie!
And in the blue corner, the challenger, we have Minty, who rewatches Disenchantment every time a new season comes out, even though we all agree the previous episodes weren't that great.
Also, only the last season sucked.
I would argue that.
You've never seen it.
So welcome to FunUntitled, where we solve every podcast on FU, and today we're saying FU, the Hajime no Ippo, the longest running manga?
I believe it is, because every time I Google it, because thinking it's One Piece or Case Closed, I think Ippo is usually, or I think it's Gotei 13. I have no idea what that series is, and then I think it's Ippo, but Ippo is already at 1,400 chapters.
To be fair, some of the newest chapters has been like 6 pages.
Yeah, well, you know.
He's old. What is Hajime no Ippo?
Hajime no Ippo is your classic Undertale story of a young child of a single mother who gets bullied a lot. His name is Ippo Maru no Uchi. But while getting bullied, he gets saved by a running, corny boxing genius named Mr. Takamura.
When does he meet Sans? When you rewind this, you'll figure out you said Undertale instead of Underdog.
Oh no. I haven't seen Undertale in so long. And I only watched the Game Grumps one.
And no, that's not true. You definitely saw Jacksepticeye.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've seen all 3 routes. Well, okay, I've seen the 2 important routes.
Yeah, we didn't see neutral.
But anyways,
Takamura said, "Hey boy, your penis is big."
Okay, he finds that out later. And that is so canonical. That it's sad that it's canonical.
And you gotta look up like, what's the age difference here? Because you dropped out of high school when that guy was a kid. So it's gotta be at least like 5 years.
Yes, yeah.
You should not be looking at this man's penis this much.
This series is so old that you can't even worry about it being PC. Because if you did, there are a lot of penis grabbing scenes. You should not be. Surprisingly, not like the penis grabbing is much more offensive than just being lecherous.
By the way, I'm guessing no one really either. It's been a while since you watched Hajime no Ippo, or you don't know at all, and you're coming to us to teach you. There's a scene where Takamura writes on Ippo's penis. And in the anime, they just make the penis transparent. So he's just holding the penis in his hand, a transparent penis, by the way, with the writing on it, just floating in the air.
I swear, there are like 4 penis grabbing scenes, and each one is incredibly funny. It is so hilariously funny, it's not even uncomfortable.
Not even uncomfortable.
But you know what's weird? This series is so not gay.
It's not.
Like, with all the male characters and every sports series being really hella gay, and this series having actual dick grabbing, it is not a gay series at all.
Like, Toriko's gayer.
Except Ippo and his rival.
Yes.
That's hella fucking gay.
Anyway, so Ippo's like, wow, Mr. Takamura, how can I be strong? It's like, oh, you carry all that fish equipment? Yeah, maybe you can throw a punch. And it turns out he can throw a fucking wallop.
Yes. And to rewind just a bit, because I really love this scene, is when Takamura tells him, you need to catch 10 blades of grass, and Ippo does, and Takamura's like, I didn't tell you could only use one hand. Like, you could have used both hands. Like, I thought that was so fucking good. Because that's like a classic 90s trope that people have copied but not done very well. But this one was very hella cool. And then, so like Ippo, he gets to join the gym, he gets confidence, he grows stronger, he beats his rival, which made no fucking sense because his rival's a fucking genius who's been raised as a boxer, but whatever. It's kind of like a luck thing, and it was kind of like, you know, he was being underestimated and blah, 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 but now they're like super rivals. And then later on in the manga, one will be called Fist of the Wind and the other the Fist of Lightning, which is very cool.
That's cool as hell.
Because if you know, in Japanese lore, there's that wind and lightning god who are against each other.
Oh, that's why Naruto and Sasuke are wind
That's
and lightning?
why Naruto and Sasuke is wind and lightning.
Oh, was I supposed to know that?
It's such a common trait.
Name one more anime. It can't do it, son.
Hold on. Because it's Raijin and Fujin.
I guarantee you, if that was a thing, there would be a Pokemon about that.
There is Thunders and Tornadus.
Okay, when did Landis come in?
Well, okay, because
The
he's...
stupid third brother? Oh, he gotta come in our epic fight of all ages, Landorus. Mom said so.
To be fair, the one that doesn't make sense is Enamorous. No, shut up. I was having one in my head of wind and lightning, and I'm like, oh, and then you talked about fucking Landers, and I was like, ooh, you fucker, you just made me lose my. Because also, tiger and dragon is also a very common duo, although they're usually enemies. Well, so is this part.
I've never seen a tiger and a dragon though.
I don't know if it's a Japanese artwork. I know Fuji and Raijin, there's a famous artwork for them.
Cause that tiger's gonna get his ass wiped.
I think it's more Chinese. So Chinese mythology is very different, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you talk about like a fictional lion versus lion, tigers, bears, oh my. But a fictional dragon and a fictional tiger, it's just a very different thing.
Because when Hajime no Ippo went up against that guy from Kansai, who basically punched just as hard as Ippo, God bless whatever his name is, I always call him Hardly Hartwell.
I'm like, what is this? He's the tiger, right?
Yeah, he's a tiger. You could have called Hajime the dragon.
I guess so, yeah. But I guess because he's not Ippo's real rival, although he's like probably like second in line. And then of course there's the Wolf of Russia.
Oh yeah, they all have animals. It's so fun because I watched the anime a lot later after Minty, and I was like, oh yeah, I just finished watching Ippo's debut match against that guy who thought Ippo was talking shit about him at the ramen shop, and he had that girlfriend who said, if you don't take boxing more seriously, I have to break up with you because my daddy owns the gym.
I always forget about him.
And like, yeah, Minty's just like, I don't know anything about him, so I looked him up. Like, yeah, he turns fat in the manga.
He does. I've seen the manga spoilers of Ippo. I wish I didn't, but sometimes it's hard to remember things. I'm like, nah, I really gotta read the manga.
I just don't know why he turns bald later.
Depression, man.
No, 'cause it seems like they go through monk training, and I'm like, I just imagine
Ooh, Ippo?
Yeah, Ippo and the two shitlings.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw all of them bald, man.
Could be a gag though.
I don't know. So then, yeah, you have that debut match. You have his match against the hugger, who's like, I can't box, but I can clinch. And cross guard.
Cross guard.
Then pride comes before the fall, where he could have won in a really wimpy way, but he wanted to try to do a knockout.
Hajime Ippo is, I think it's like a cult following, but it's one of the more famous sports series. Because when I do see people write lists for which sports series, a lot of times you'll see Haikyuu and Hajime no Ippo, and then like the other ones will be random. But if you know Freeze in it, then it's like, well, I can't trust this fucking list.
Can't trust it.
But if you put Ace of Diamond, I'll trust you.
Or if you put Kuroko no Basket.
People do put Kuroko Basket, and I'm kind of like on the fence because I'm like, is it a sports series? Yes. But is it like real? Is it like,
You know what? I put my foot in the ground on that. Does it have to be real?
Well, okay, because then like, what is the allure of a sports series? If you just have fantasy element.
What's fantasy in Kuroko no Basket? Tell me something that they cannot do in real life. The eagle eye?
The disappearing ball? Oh, it's just a distraction. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They explain it.
The Conqueror's eye?
I'm sorry, Midorima's too unrealistic when you shoot half court.
No, well, that too.
Bullshit. Yeah, the lucky item that helps him. I'm just saying, in Haikyuu, they're not actually fighting each other with knives and a garbage.
No, that's clearly just imagery. This is not imagery. This is like,
it's just a metaphor.
Real. It's not a metaphor.
They don't actually see 360 around them.
Science. Anyways, going back to Ippo, which is much more realistic. Because we're just going to talk about vibes. And the Dempsey roll, which I don't know if it's real, but they say it's based on some American boxer, I think is one of the coolest shit I've ever seen in animes or manga. Because it's just the concept of it makes so much sense.
What's the concept?
Okay, so the Dempsey roll is basically people wanted to figure out how to have a move that was offense or defense. So the idea is that he will move his upper torso in like a figure 8 way to build momentum, but also like dodge his enemy's movements. And by creating momentum, when he starts punching, he punches fucking hard. And it is like so cool.
And because he's doing the figure 8, he can punch left and right at the same time.
And it's kind of like he just like, he doesn't lose that speed, that force, that power. It just continues to grow. But again, it's also defensive, so it's also so make it hard for his enemies to hit him. Like, it's so fucking cool. Because I like more realistic martial art kind of fighting styles. Because when they're flashy, then it's like, okay, well, it's just based on the rules then.
I would say the coach in Hajime no Ippo is probably one of my favorite like mentors in any series.
You think so?
Oh yeah, he blows Gojo out of the water. No offense, I think he's done more for Ippo than Kakashi has for Naruto.
See, my favorite is Frankenstein from Soul Eater. Because Frankenstein, he's literally the best at what he does, and he's a good teacher.
No one calls him that, by the way.
Whatever. What do people call him?
Stein.
They call him Stein, that's right.
What Stein never teach them, but.
He teaches them soul resonance.
Oh, okay.
But Stein will fuck you up if you fucking disrespect him. That's why I kind of like Kishibe from Chainsaw Man, except I wish they did more with him. They really just cut him off at the knees.
Quick question. Do you think Makima is the best villain of new gen manga?
I'm trying to think really quick in the list of my head all the new gen mangas and their villain.
Yeah, like Slur, Shigaraki, Muzan, Sukuna.
Whatever Black Clover has.
Whatever the fuck Black Clover has.
I guess so. See, and Makima is my favorite Chainsaw Man character. Makima is definitely not your typical villain, right? Like, she's not even like the same category, or like she doesn't play the rules that like Frieza, Doflamingo, Madara kind of does. So I guess for new gen manga, I guess so. Because I do read mangas like Kagurabachi and Gachiakuta. I haven't got to very far in Gachiakuta, but like Kagurabachi, the enemy's okay.
Killed his dad.
Shut up.
Killed his dad. So yeah, it's funny because in sports, the villains aren't actually villains, they're all more rivals, unless the villain's an actual legitimate asshole. I would say the guy with the flinging punch might be just an asshole.
But see, that's the one I did like about Ippo, was that like even though he cheated and he's a jerk, Ippo didn't care about those things. He just saw him as a rival. None of that matters. Ippo's not like a hero in that sense. He just wants to box.
It's weird that they had what did you think about the love story in Hajime no Ippo?
Also not done in a typical way, but I did like it because she wasn't always forced to be in the story, so it never felt annoying, but she was there enough to like kind of make an impact in his life, because they do start dating at the end, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, I don't think so, because I don't think he confesses to her in the end. That was like when Ippo needs to fight the doctor. It's like, you can cheer for anyone, you're not obligated to cheer for me. And she's like, fuck you!
Oh, that's true. That did happen. That was in movie.
Yes.
Or OVA. That was a good
slow
one.
burn.
Whoa, Jesus Christ. I was gonna say it's great.
The slow burn.
Sure.
Yeah. Movie is good.
The movie was good.
I don't know if I would have dedicated to that guy. The swallow punch.
It felt like the Dempsey roll versus the swallow punch.
You tell me what the whole gimmick of the swallow punch was.
Isn't that the one where it's a rhythm thing, right? Well, 1, 2, 3, but then the 3 is like a hook, and you don't expect it to be a hook.
Yeah.
And then there's the swallow 2.
The swallow 2.
Which I can't remember, but it's kind of like a counter to the swallow. So I think if you get used to the swallow 1, then you do swallow 2.
And the swallow 2 hurts more.
Yeah.
Which is wild. It's like a Pokemon move. Like, you gotta do Aqua Jet first before it really hits.
And I really like Dante, who was the champion of Ippo's class, which is featherweight.
Yeah.
And then he had the screw punch, which was like a straight punch to the heart makes the opponent feel like time stop. And I just thought that was cool. He's such a good character. And he's so funny. And then like Takamura calls him old man, and then you find out like Dante's only 2 years older. But like his past is it's as tragic as Ippo will get, where he lost the kid. Not his fault.
Yeah, wife go down the stairs. He wasn't.
Shut up. Because I just like Ippo's such an old story that they don't have tropes.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, it's not like overly sad, or it's not like, oh, the wife is a bitch, because the wife just fully supports him. Like, oh, okay, that's nice, because I don't have to focus on this. And one of my favorite fucking things about this series is Mr. Takamura versus the bear. And because he fights a bear, he wins. And then the cabin owner where they were staying found the bear and cooked them up. And Takamura was just like, I beat the bear, I ate the bear, here's the scar to prove it. Like, he plays it up like a ham. He is a good character.
Takamura's a good character. There's a reason why the manga artist made a gym and put Takamura as a statue.
I mean, it's really?
Yep.
In real life?
In real life.
God. Not even Ippo?
Nope.
Fuck. He's the perfect combination of like funny,
insightful at the same time, so you can give insights in the boxing match.
Role model, fucking dumbass.
He motivates Ippo and the two goons.
He razzes the shit out of them.
It's funny to me that he only recently got the championship of his class.
Yes, yeah.
But he never lost a match.
They do say it's hard for him to find opponents.
Oh, okay.
I think because people... Well, actually, I don't know, because I feel like when they showed that movie, it seemed like once you become champion, you have to do like at least one match a year, which is like the title.
Yeah.
So unless somehow the previous one just always had an excuse not to fight him, but I don't know how long he's been trying.
You know, American baseball is different from Japanese baseball.
Yes, but I don't know the difference.
I always wonder what the difference in American boxing and Japanese boxing. Like, is Jake Paul doing all this?
See, I don't know if they necessarily have a difference just because there's an international boxing league. Because if there's international, then you couldn't have, or if they have different rules, you couldn't have an international one. But I don't know. Is there an international baseball league? It's not in the Olympics, right?
No, it's not. I think
But
it was
there's
going to be.
basketball.
Basketball, though?
Basketball is in the Olympics.
You're telling me we could have had a Crocono basket Olympic arc?
I think they did something.
Oh.
They did something with the Tokyo Olympics.
Nice.
So I would have. I know basketball was definitely in this last Olympic because people talked about it a lot. I just don't remember if it was in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics.
What do you think about the two goons of Hajime no Ippo, whatever their names may be? I know one is Kimura. He owns the flower shop.
Yeah, Kimi. What is the other guy's name?
Aoki.
Aoki, yes. I thought they were just gonna be two useless characters, but they just add so much. Like you couldn't take them out because there'd be no one to razz, no one to cooperate, no one to. Because I feel like then you just have like Takamura have every hat, and then it'll just feel weird. But you do see a lot of times where Kimura and Aoki is helping Ippo fight, and I think it also makes sense because like Takamura can't spend his time helping Ippo, or it's like, oh, not everyone in this gym is a winner. That's why the trainer tries so hard to get somebody to be champion. So Takamura was his first one, and Ippo was the second. Because if every fucking buddy was, great.
Yeah, then this gym would be making millions of dollars every year.
I did like that one scene where after Takamura won, then like every Jane, Dick, and Harry wanted to join the gym.
That's how Hajime got his kohai that was there for like 10 episodes or something.
He was cute and like just like someone was playing the rookie role again.
Yeah, I wish he stayed and played the rookie role.
Why they wrote him out, but they do bring him back later in the manga. Like I think he joins a different gym for whatever reason. Like I don't know if that
Probably
gym
to fight Ippo.
it could be. It could. I think he was moving. So that gym might just be closer to home.
Gotcha.
And then I thought it was interesting what they did with the bully character.
Oh yeah, when they made him the manga artist.
Right. So they either goes from bully to fan to manga artist to fisherman. Like Ippo and him could be a cute ship.
It's Ippo and his rival for the Kyoto, nothing, or Kansai, whatever that region's called, Kyoto, this country. It's Hajime and his country boyfriend. I'm gonna say something controversial. I don't give a shit about Ippo's real rival.
They did not use him enough in the anime. And that's probably the writer's thing. But I mean, I don't know if the writer was just like, I'm only gonna bring him back just for the important fight. So if he was always there, it'll just water him down. Like, I don't know, because he went to, I want to say Thailand?
Yeah.
For like 3 episodes? Those 3 long episodes.
I love the fact that one guy helping him bet all their money on him and was able to buy a car from that.
Boy got rich.
Boy got rich. Drove him to the airport.
That was cute.
He won a car because he was nice and knew English. You didn't talk shit about the gazelle punch, I've noticed.
The gazelle punch, what is it? It's
If he had to train his legs, he went to the pool and practiced jumping.
Yes.
So the gazelle punch is basically he goes in low and he hops up like a frog, but they call it the gazelle punch for some reason.
Yeah. And then he has the liver blow.
Oh, that's a special thing. I thought he was just being an asshole in that fight. Like kidney punch, kidney punch, kidney punch.
Because I think it's a real punch, but it's not that special. I think a lot of people can do the liver punch.
You gotta know what a liver is.
I just remember there's this one scene where the old man was talking about his 4 special punches, and he has one that's simpler than the liver punch, and he says that first, and I think it's the first punch he learns, but I don't remember what it was called.
Your super mega right hook.
Because I do remember Gazelle Punch as a name, but I can't remember what this other one was called.
The super awesome mega double.
Gotta stop making those Super Monkey Team Hyperforce Go references. Not everyone's gonna know that Disney XD show.
It was JetX.
Was it JetX?
It was JetX.
Even worse of a reference. So honestly, I would say like Haikyuu is the #1 best sports series. Second, it's between Hajime no Ippo and Ace. I'll give it to Ace of Diamond, but then third would be Hajime no Ippo.
I'll give it to any anime that helps me remember all the characters. Hajime no Ippo, you're #1 for me because one character I have to remember.
Oh, Annie doesn't like sports series because there's so many goddamn characters on each team. But to be fair though, we don't know any of his enemies' names or rivals.
And with that, we will say Hajime no Ippo will always be better than Blue Lock.
Season 1 was good.
Yeah.
You just don't like Blue Lock.
And goodbye.